Welcome to this week's video with Cooking with Bee. What we're going to be doing is a shredded beef base that can go into a number of different recipes. The way we're going to use it is in shredded beef burrito bowls. So come cook with me. So the ingredients for the shredded beef are going to be a pot roast here. Looks like it's just over 3 pounds. We've got a single white onion. We've got chili powder and some cumin, some fresh garlic cloves. This is actually beef bouillon powder so that it's easy to incorporate, and a couple fresh jalapenos. So what we're going to do is put everything into our crock pot with a little bit of water on the base so that nothing burns, and it also creates a great yummy sauce. Alright, so you can see here I've got one sweet Vidalia onion that I'm just going to cut into rounds. This way it'll keep the meat elevated from the bottom and it will keep it from burning. What's also great about this recipe is you can actually prepare it the night ahead of time and put it into your crock pot so that the next day when you're ready to cook it, you can just pop it in the cooker. Or what I'll do sometimes is I will I'll wake up a few minutes early in the morning and put everything in the crock pot and get it started so that somebody can turn it on for noontime. So we've gone ahead and cut up our onion. Now we're going to go ahead and cut up our jalapeno. And as we did in our jalapeno popper recipe, we're going to go ahead and cut the top off and the tip of the jalapeno off, and then just cut along the connective tissue to the jalapeno so that we keep the seeds and membrane intact, and then all of the other pieces just come falling off just like that. And again, everything can just be rough chopped. It doesn't have to be perfect. Everything is just going to incorporate into a sauce. So you can see inside of the crock pot here, I've got just a little bit of water just to cover the bottom. I've got the onion rounds. Now to that, I'm going to add the pot roast itself. And then the fresh chopped jalapenos that we just did. If you don't like it really spicy, you can actually just use one jalapeno if you choose. Now we're going to go ahead and squeeze in 3 generous garlic cloves. 1. Uh-oh, that one's big. 2, and cut that bad boy in half. And last piece. Maybe. There we go. Now let's add the seasoning. So first we're going to start with chili powder. Give it a good coating. So I would say that was a good generous 2 tablespoons of chili powder. And then we're going to do the same with the cumin. Cumin is great, but cumin can be overwhelming, so I just did 1 tablespoon of that. And then the beef base powder. Wasn't that so much better than the beef bouillon cubes? And that's it. So what I'm going to do is cover it. I'm going to set it on low for 6 hours, and we'll come back and see what happens at the end of the 6 hours. Welcome back. The pot roast has been in the crock pot for approximately 6 hours on low. This is our shredded beef base for burrito bowls. Other alternatives that you can do this with are enchiladas, quesadillas, tacos. It can go in a number of different dinner ideas. So let's go ahead and take it out of the crock pot and get it all shredded up. All right, so this is going to be extremely tender and it's just going to fall apart, so be careful taking it out. If you could smell the incredible Mexican flavor that this has, it's unbelievable. So from this, you can put a little bit of the juice on it if you're going to go ahead and store it and use it the next night, so that way it stays nice and moist. So as you can see, just by poking it, it's just going to pull apart and shred, and that's what you want. So I'm going to go ahead and shred up the meat and start building our burrito bowls. Alright, so now it's going to be time to go over some of the ingredients that you can put in your burrito bowl. Each burrito bowl can be customized to the personal preferences of the person eating it. So let's go ahead and look at some of the options that you have to make the burrito bowl yours. So what I like to do is I start with a rice base. So I just made a white rice in the microwave, and then on that I will then put the shredded beef with a little bit of the thick cut Mexican cheese that we love. You have sour cream, lime, just a regular white onion chopped up fine, black beans with jalapenos, and fresh cilantro. And then of course, a little bit of hot sauce at the end to top it off. So let's go ahead and build our bowl. So let's get to building. So this recipe was actually given to me by a dear, dear friend, Janet, who's actually my boss. I'm so fortunate to be able to work with such wonderful people that are not only great friends, but they've also turned into family as well, and we all treat each other that way. So we've got our nice bed of rice. To that, we add a little bit of our shredded beef. I like the black beans with the jalapeno already in it. I've gone ahead and just microwave this to warm it up a little bit. Just add a couple good spoonfuls of that. I am a cilantro fan. I know a lot of you are not. I love this stuff. So go ahead, add a few leaves of that. A little bit of fresh yellow sweet onion. Good squeeze of lime if it wants to cooperate. Okay. Not a lot of cheese, just a little bit. So I picked up a nice medium salsa from my grocery store. It's just a regular, kind of chunky, fresh salsa. A couple of good scoops of that. And then the last item is going to be some sour cream. So how delicious does that look? Fresh. Everybody can make it however they want. You don't like it spicy, take out one of the jalapenos when you're cooking it. Add whatever ingredients you want to make yours your own. Let's go ahead and have a taste. I like the addition of the fresh salsa this time. That makes it taste extra summer-like and fresh. Beef is extremely tender, falls apart in your mouth, and has all those Mexican flavors. The black beans and rice. So that was it. It's a great make-ahead beef dish that you can use in other toppings. You can go ahead and freeze it and incorporate it into new recipes that your family will love. So thanks again for joining me on this episode. I look forward to seeing you guys again next week. Thanks again.